Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for the week of February the 11th through the 17th, 2019. So I'd like to begin by wishing everyone a happy Valentine's Day this week, as this week, just sort of like we were discussing at the New Year, or are these special points that we've chosen to celebrate different aspects of our lives, where we were celebrating the hope of prosperity and new abundance and new opportunities in the new year. Now we have this opportunity where we are where everyone is engaging their attention and focus around love. And I'd like for you to expand into all the vibrations of love that exist. Okay? So there are many vibrations of love. And when everyone in this week is focused upon one particular vibration of love, you miss out on the opportunity to fulfill your heart. Because I really would like to think of it in this way. This is the vibration this week that's being gathered. And because so many are focusing, so many God intentions are focused on the vibration of love in the specific way, it still exists that because all of this focus is occurring on love, that all the other vibrations, all the other bandwidths of love are also available to you. And so this is a great opportunity to fulfill your heart. So if there are things in your life that your heart, this is the week for you to really listen to your heart, okay? Because one of the ways to fulfill any bandwidth of love is to first be devoted to your own heart. When you're devoted to your own heart, then all those other bandwidths of love attract to you naturally, because you're nurturing this bandwidth of love. You're nurturing your own heart. So your heart is like a garden of many beautiful things, many beautiful desires, many beautiful opportunities. And if we nurture our heart, as to say, if we listen to what the heart truly wants, what truly gives it joy, what truly gives it a sense of peace, what truly allows it to feel abundant. And one of the most important things about the heart is that it is a channel for everything. It's a receptive signal. So it's picking up on all the signals throughout the universe, and all the love and the well-beingness that your soul is bringing to you and is creating for you potential possibilities. And when you listen to your heart and when you follow your heart, it's important to listen and to follow your heart. So you'll receive inspiration, but that inspiration has to be channeled into something. It has to be flowing into something, because that's why it's given to you. And I don't know why they just wrote the word lute in front of me, but like an instrument, like a lute, it's like you have these strings, and there's infinite possibilities of notes and pitches and sounds and emotional qualities that can come out from just a stroke of any of those strings. but they need a soul to channel, to express that music through, that has been inspired. And we sort of fall short of expressing what's in our hearts. We spend a lot of time holding back and containing what's in our hearts because we're afraid of the emotions, or we're afraid of the lessons. I just write in the word lessons. The things that are given to you are spiritual lessons, and they, we make a huge deal out of things, and it scares us off. So we make a huge deal out of what's my purpose. And when you do that, and when you think your purpose has to be something bigger than life in order for it to be something worth your while, when it can be the most simplest ideas or the simplest gesture that helps you, in every gesture that you're inspired, that your heart is inspired to perform, every one of these gestures is an act of love. And that experience, every interaction, every experience that you have, has a powerful learning opportunity involved. And that enlightenment goes back to the universe. So when you follow your heart, what you create in that moment is given back to the entire universe. And so you keep this flow of as above, as below. You flow it between the physical and the non-physical. You keep it moving so that it creates sort of wings of love that is flowing up and back and around, flowing up and back around to you. And then there are specific desires that you have for yourself. There's so many layers that this all works on. And as you're keeping this flow, it's sort of like you have this channel of energy moving. And so when you're asking for something, you receive more easily and more gently and without a lot of struggle and effort. But when you're putting bumps in the road, that is to say, holding back from releasing that energy, then you don't have a momentum that you deserve. That's really important to hear. You don't have a momentum, enough of a momentum that you deserve, because you're holding back what's being given to you from above. It comes down to you and you don't let it out. And so true love is this action here, that you're participating in this reciprocation between you, or this exchange between the divine and yourself, the divine oneness and the oneness within yourself. This is what true love, this is where it begins. This is what creates that bandwidth, that vast, unlimited bandwidth of love. And so that if you are participating in this divine, I don't know what to call it, but this divine bandwidth of love, if you're participating in it, then there is nothing that you see that you're lacking. There will be nothing that you feel that you're lacking. And we know that's so important, that emotional connection, because how we feel about something is what we're offering. And someone had written, I don't know if it was last week, that they hadn't seen something, they've been waiting. And what I wanted to sort of put out there is what you were writing to me in the comments. Could you identify, and it doesn't matter specifically what the feelings are, but the general feeling. If you could identify what you're feeling as you were writing that, because that's what you're thinking all day long. But more importantly, what you're feeling about it all day long, that feeling is what needs to shift, because it's not that there's anything wrong outside of that. Once that feeling changes, then if that feeling is an opposition, if you're feeling like you've been wronged, or that you've been that things aren't working for you, or things never work for you, that feeling is holding you back from expressing a bandwidth of joy, a bandwidth of love. And therefore, you're not participating because of that, because of the thoughts that are aligning you with this emotional connection. But if you readjust your thoughts so that your emotional connection can shift just even a little bit, you'll start to feel your momentum and increase. And what you will feel, that momentum may come out as hope, and then move. And as you keep adjusting that thought or belief, that momentum, that emotional connection will turn into something like purpose, truth, so it just will keep evolving. But there is nothing there's nothing wrong with you that's keeping you from having what you desire. But it's this lack of practice, or this particular practice, where we restrict what our heart offers to us. We don't let it out. We don't channel it. We don't express it. And in this week, people tend to focus on this one particular bandwidth with great challenge. This one bandwidth of love, they focus on it with a lot of challenge. And it's usually a lot of self-criticism. And the desire you feel is not the same desire of love, because what you're feeling is lack and wanting it so bad because you lack it. That's not love. But that's not the bandwidth that your heart offers to you. Your heart doesn't want you to have that experience because of that reason. Do you see? Your heart wants you to have that experience because it's a part of all the other reasons that your heart speaks to you and guides you and draws you towards desires that would really fulfill you. Because you're trying to get there by taking a path outside of this. But the only path there is the practice of loving yourself, which is to honor your heart, to follow your heart, to follow your heart's desires. Because when you're doing that and you're engaging with fulfillment on the subjects that it's offering you, then you become this huge, vast bandwidth. You're not just this one. See, when you're focusing on the one, which is relationship or romance, then you are not expressing all the others. And when we're expressing all the others, you are more open to all the possibilities of love. But when you're restricting any of them, you are limiting the bandwidth of love flowing through you and being inspired. And it's like this. It's like, let's just look at it this way. It's like having a light bulb. And the two different light bulbs. One is shining much brighter than the other because one is focused on one bandwidth while the other is focused upon all of them. And so this analogy of light, meaning one that lights up the entire world and the other one that just lights up a small area of the world. And notice I did say a small area of a corner, but a small area of the world versus the whole world. That means it's like when you see that light, that greater light attracts more light. And if there are others who are also at that bandwidth, that expanded bandwidth, then they're going to attract people with that the expansion of their bandwidth. So some of you may say, well, I meet a lot of people, but I don't never meet the right people. Because you're meeting people on the bandwidth that you're withholding. So let me see if I can say that a little bit better. So it's like you're meeting people that are on the same level of withholding that you are. And one of the reasons I think we may not be finding those people who want to find that relationship that's ideal. Man, I don't even know if I have enough time for this one. But is it because of we're not shining our full bandwidth. And when we shine our full bandwidth of love, then we are the love that we truly are looking for. We are, and what I mean by that, we are the love that we're truly looking for. Because if you're really tapped into that full bandwidth, which means you're really not holding back within yourself about the ideas and the opportunities and the potential that is flowing through you as guidance from your heart to pursue. And you're going for it and you stumble and you fall, but you still, it's like you still are able, you still feel good about it. You feel that you're grateful that you did it no matter what the outcome was, because it just opened you. It opened your heart and it opens you to more possibilities. There's this idea that even though things don't always just go the way we want them to, but we realize there was really something valuable. Even we can't pick it out, but we realize, and we get used to the idea of that feeling of just breaking boundaries, not being limited. And this really causes your heart to buzz because you are remembering that you are free. You're free to choose from the variety of all that is, versus being so focused and then eventually so afraid. Because once we start restricting, then we become afraid. That's what it turns into. And we become so afraid that we don't see many possibilities. And we don't see our options. And we feel like we're stuck in certain circumstances. That's such a restriction of the bandwidth of love that is available to you. And so this is not loving yourself, whereas the other really is. And if you are within yourself, allowing yourself to experience the full bandwidth and following your heart and being just so open and appreciative to this, then you will then attract someone who is also this way. And this is what you really want. If you could get past that lower bandwidth that's now making you feel like you're not happy because you don't have that, and you never can be until you do. And this is the same thing with all other things. You see, it's never about the one thing. That's why the bandwidth of love is so vast, because a lot of us say, I won't be happy until I achieve this. This is what a lot of people do when they set future goals. Not everybody. A lot of people love to set future goals and loves to get into the process and the journey. They love the journey of getting there. They love everything that they're going to experience because they are following their heart. They are being inspired, and they feel it, and they channel it, they express it somehow. They go for it, and they enjoy that going for it. So they're not stuck on, when am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? There's some of us, and I would say we all do. We set that goal, and we want to stand here and go, why do I have to do anything to get there? Why do I have to, I want it to come to me. And you know why you feel that way? Because that's really the way it is. In the true paradigm of love, we really are just this magnet. But the only way that we can be this magnet is to get out of our way. And to get out of our way means to listen to our heart, to pursue the desires of our heart. No matter whether or not we stumble or we trip, that doesn't matter. Because your heart will be there to always offer you guidance and help you to navigate around these opportunities. And if you, and through gratitude and appreciation, you will you will understand, and you will find it a pleasure to keep growing and to keep learning and to keep expanding in yourself. So this is really important as we focus and as we look. And I know that, this is Valentine's week, but this is really about us getting back in touch with our hearts. And because everybody's focusing around the world energetically, this makes this the most opportune moment to get in touch with our hearts. They write in the word peace. This is an opportunity for us to really offer prayers for peace. They're writing prayer for around the world. And if you're wanting certain situations in the world to resolve, so see, because there's these different bandwidths, and we need to participate as our heart is guiding us. And so they're showing me right now that this is a perfect opportunity to pray for peace in the world. Why? Because all hearts are hopeful. Everybody's opening their hearts this week. They want their hearts to be open, and they're trying to find and hoping and wishing that someone is going to reciprocate. So in that flow, all this energy is flying out. Bandwidths are being opened up for love on many levels of opportunity. So this is a wonderful opportunity to tap into that support of love, that bandwidth, and you can connect, and you can ask to tap into this collective planetary consciousness of love, and to connect into all the bandwidths and in your meditation. And then from that channel your own prayers to open your heart, to be more devoted to following the guidance that your heart offers you in every moment of your life. Maybe it's about diet, or maybe it's about doing things that really give you joy, and maybe it's about looking at things through the eyes of your soul and aligning and readjusting things that aren't in alignment, that lack integrity for you, that causes you to shut down some of those bandwidths. Because when we're doing things that we know that it's not right for us, that's restricting the bandwidths of love that are available to you. All right, so let's take a look at the card from the Archangel Oracle cards for the week. I tell you, we never know what's going to come up. And it's just so beautiful. All of you being present energetically as I call you all in before I begin. And this is where the information comes from. Your higher selves. It's not me. You and I, all of us, are wiser than our knowing. And this is where it comes through. Now, we had Archangel Raziel last week with the spiritual understanding. And that was really about the downloads. And I know I experienced a lot of them. When you hear this really high frequency sonics, sort of inside your head, and other things, this is when you get the download. Sometimes people get a little ringing in their ear. That's when you're getting a spiritual download. You don't know that you need it, but the universe does. And they know exactly where your choices are leading you. And so they bring that information back to you. And a lot of this information is stored within your soul consciousness. So, it's, there's your soul star chakra, and those things are there, and they're giving it to you at the appropriate times when you need it. Now we have Archangel Raziel again, whose name means the secrets of God. And so he brings these things that are stored in our soul wisdom, and that we need to help us to see clearly. Now, the card this week is clairvoyance. So this is giving me a sense that in this week you're going to see some signs or see opportunities, things that you weren't seeing before are going to be revealed to you. So your eyes are going to be opened in some way. All right, and I know this is about getting spiritual sight, but spiritual sight, spiritual insight, so closely related. It's like what both sides of the coin of clairvoyance. Spirit seeing something and then getting this insight about it. For me, they go together, and so be aware of this happening. It says, "I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully, so you can clearly see heavenly love." And look at the wand he's holding that has all the chakras, and it just reminds me of all the bandwidths that we've been talking about, all the bandwidths of love coming through. I just saw this word harassment, and that's kind of interesting that it came up. I've never seen it before. But some of you may be going through some form of harassment, maybe that you either you're going to witness it happening something you just had your mind closed to because you were distracted by other things that you may see happening for someone else, or that something has been happening to you and it's just been so subtle that maybe you really weren't aware of it. So, and it's been restricting you. It's been restricting your bandwidth, and I keep saying the word integrity. That it's caused you to not be who you truly are, and there's some sort of codependency. I don't know if this is the right word actually, but it's like I feel like you have accepted, like in some ways, that you deserve. It's like there's some guilt and it's something tying it together. That's why you're not seeing it. But in this week, this is something that just may come up, that you see it, and now you, because your heart's been telling you, you can feel it. And the right in behaviors. So there's something, in your behavior that is going to change. And I'm saying the word harsh, when sometimes you're being put under pressure like this, it causes you to either be harsh, maybe to be sharp with your words, not, just because you've just been under a lot of pressure. And so don't feel bad, about that. You were going through a lot. And I think now when you see this, you'll be able to detach and understand that you need to stand up about this, stand up for yourself about this, or if your heart's just telling you that you need to get out of this situation, because the situation is what it is, but you need to get out of it and put yourself in an environment where you can find harmony and balance, where you'll be resonating with all the bandwidths because you're following your heart, so, and I don't know, I just saw the word salary. I don't know if this has to do with a salary or something, but trust your heart, okay? Because it comes, when it gives you the guidance, it also comes with the solutions. It will attract it to you. But you're feeling stuck, and that stuckness is creating this algorithm of experiences. So you want to really trust your heart. To break that algorithm, you got to trust your heart. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. All right, and this is a good card to start off the week in terms of, this is about, the Winter Swords are about the mind and communication, intellect. And so this is a card that this just really confirms that moving on, getting out of this situation is just going to calm your life down. Okay, it's gonna just, it's sometimes we think we want to stay and fight, but what I'm getting is this is not the situation to do that, because people are prepared for things like that. But what they're not prepared for is for someone to walk out, because people like this enjoy the fight. They do what they do because the fight keeps them in this distorted frequency, so that they can't see what it is that they're creating, the things that they're really afraid to see. And when you engage with them, you're really supporting what they need in order to avoid being clear about what their truth is. They know they need to come in alignment with integrity, and by having people who are struggling in it with them, it validates their point, or what they think is their point. But when you get out of it, you take away that opportunity for them. And you not only make your life better, but you also are helping them, which is not any of your concern. But just to let you know, so that your ego doesn't make it seem like I got to get my what's due to me kind of thing. And that's why you're staying in there. All right. If it's something that you have to stand up for yourself about, do it from the outside of the situation. If it's something wherein you need to deal with this in a legal manner, but you can do that from your new position. All right. But so it does say positive changes are on their way and a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So I think in relocating, you'll ease or stepping out of the situation, or stepping back from it and letting it happen without you participating in it. So if you can't get out, you can step away from it. You don't engage the situation any longer. All right. This card, the Page of Pentacles, is what it's representing here, with the same title. So this card is indicating that an opportunity is so there's other opportunities that are out there for you. This is meaning that with the Page, like the student, you have to investigate. But there are other opportunities out there. So if there's something that you're in, and let's say it's not as drastic as what we were just talking about, but it has been creating this sense of you, or because the card that comes before this card is the Five of Swords, which is a sense of betrayal, or that you are sort of taking power from others, and you're sort of hyped on that power. You don't really have real power. You live off the power of others, but what it does is you see two people in the background who are hurt because they've been bested by this one person, but this person's always besting, or it seems like he's got a certain arrogance and he's used to getting his way, but he doesn't realize that he's always alone too. And he's the only one, and that's not always a great place to be. So if there is a situation wherein you feel like the other two in the background, where you're not getting what you're looking for, that someone else is always, you're being overlooked. Okay, let's say like you're being overlooked, and you contribute a great deal, but you're worried about leaving or taking some other avenue. This is saying that there is other possibilities out there. You have to investigate them. So don't just sit back and think about, let your mind tell you what you can't do. Go ahead and research and see what options are out there for you. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And this is great because this is the Ace, and this is talking about new beginnings, especially new possibilities in terms of finances or work, or things changing in your life. So this is confirming that if stepping away from this situation is really going to just lead to new beginnings, new paths for you. Either it's stepping away, meaning relocating, or it's stepping back, not engaging it, reassigning yourself to something else, or redirecting your attention to something else, or letting that, let's say there's something that you've been working on and you just sort of dead end, and you're just struggling, and you just need to move away from it, get a fresh perspective, do something else, possibly come back to it, but you'll get these new ideas. It's somehow you just need a break in order to see the light, so to speak. And this is going to help you in terms of really helping you to discover what you've been really what your heart's been trying to really point you towards all this time, and that this idea will have more rewards to it, more opportunities will come out of this for you, but you just need to step away from it for right now in order to see that. All right, let's take a look at the card that I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And this is the Strength card. So it's interesting because I saw lambs before when I was beginning this reading. And what this gives me a sense of is for you to recognize both qualities within yourself. Okay, and but that these qualities, so that there's these opposing qualities, that they can come together, and you have to be the stronger one to redirect your attention, and know when it's time. When it's time to take a stand, and when it's time that it's better to just move along. And I feel like you're strong enough to discern this, and they want you to pay attention to what your heart's telling you, not your fears, because a lot of people just keep running all the problems in their head, and you can't hear the guidance. You hear it underneath. That's why you're very uncomfortable with what you're doing in your head, and you got to let that go and get to that one small voice. It's like the ego's just got a lot of chatter, but there's that one voice that just keeps subtly saying the same truth over and over again, and you hear it, you feel it, and sometimes we fight it because we want to stay in and duke it out, but it's not healthy for you to make that choice, and you'll discover that. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and I wish you to discover the full bandwidth of your heart's guidance and the love that is there and for you this week, and to share that, knowing that when you tap into that you offer that to the entire world. So if you're looking for an angel reading, you can go to my website, theangelschool.com, which you can find the description link below. And don't forget to join us on my Facebook page link where we do the daily card messages. So everyone, God bless you, and peace be with you.